Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Jingle, and today I have a quick movie review for you guys. It's actually a film that really took me by surprise, and I really ended up liking it a lot. But before we get into that, please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you're interested in more horror movie reviews or physical media content and collectible content, stay tuned because I have a lot more coming, but let's get into it. So the film we're going to be talking about today is 1986's Crawlspace. Now, this was directed by David Schmoller, who is best known for Tourist Trapped and Puppet Master, which Puppet Master is an amazing franchise from Full Moon. Charles Band produced. He is a legend, and I absolutely love anything and everything that Full Moon does or Empire Pictures does. I believe this was part of the Empire Pictures catalog before they transitioned to Full Moon. But this stars Klaus Kinski, who right off the bat, like, he just looks like a psychopath, and he plays a psychopath so well. And he also starred in the Nosferatu in Venice film, as well as Venom, which is another movie that I'm getting soon from Blue Underground. They just released a 4K of that, so I'm going to be checking that one out soon. But right off the bat, we get a sense for how sick of and twisted of a character Klaus Kinski's character is. Now, he plays a man named Karl Gunther, who is the crazed son of a Nazi doctor, and he is obsessed with capturing women, trapping them, and torturing them. It's a very interesting concept, this whole movie. Like, this guy is such a psychopath that he plays Russian roulette for fun. Like, at the end of every day, he sits at a table, loads his gun, spins it, clicks it to his head, and then he's just like, so be it. It's almost like he wants to die, but he's just like living day to day through chance, which is really interesting. He's the landlord of this apartment complex, and we get a sense for how he is right off the bat because, first of all, he only rents to really beautiful women, which is just, it's really funny to me. So he's the landlord of this apartment complex, and he's made the vents big enough for him to crawl through, and he can see every room through these vents, and he loves to spy on people. He'll watch people getting dressed, having sex, and all kinds of stuff. He's also addicted to killing, he says in one scene. So you get a lot of deaths in this movie, particularly in like the last 20 to 30 minutes of it. It really ramps up, and the practical effects are amazing. Like, they do a really good job in this. There's also a girl that he keeps as like a pet in his cage, and she has her tongue cut out, and it's really disturbing, and she's all dry, and like her lips are all dry. That's a really good effect. You can tell that she's been trapped in there for a long time, and he also has like these trap doors all over the apartment complex that he can like peek into quick, and it's the place is infested with rats. And it's super funny because, like, anytime anyone hears him in the vents, they're like, oh, it's just the rats, like, whatever. And he gets away with it. But this movie's a really cool concept. And he's a doctor also, and he seems super smart, which is really scary given how he is and what he does. There's also this character who's this blonde girl she's like a slutty relief of a character, and she is super hot, but she is a god awful singer. If you watch this, you will know what I'm telling or what I'm talking about. But like the score of this is really well done. It was done by a man named Pino Donaggio, and he has done a ton of movies. It's crazy. Some of his film credits include Carrie, Don't Look Now, Dress to Kill, Body Double, Seed of Chucky, The Howling, Piranha. Like, the list just goes on. Tourist Trap, Raising Cain, Two Evil Eyes. He's The Sect, which is another. I did a review on that. That one was awesome. But his score is just amazing. It's super ominous, and every time Carl is crawling through the vents, that super ominous score is playing, and I really love it. There's some really great, shocking scenes in here. I want to get a little bit into the release itself. So this is the new Blu-ray release from Kino Lorber, and it is part of the Kino Cult line. It's number 26 in the Kino Cult line. This slipcover is awesome, and then that's what the back looks like. You got some stills from the film. You get this other artwork on the Blu-ray cover. Klaus Kinski, Crawlspace. I love that. You also have some different images on this, which is nice. I like that they didn't just recycle the same stuff. There's some really awesome special features on this. So this was put out by Scream Factory, and they ported all those features over to this. I'm not sure if these are new or if they're just from the Scream Factory one, because I didn't own that one. But there's 2 audio commentaries, and there's also an interview with the makeup effects artist John Volek, which I watched and is super interesting. But the standout special feature on this that everyone has to watch, it's a short film by the director David Schmoller, and it's called Please Kill Mr. Kinski, and it is absolutely amazing. He talks about how difficult it was to work with him and how Klaus Kinski just hated directors, and there was one point where one of the production members was like begging him to set up an accident to kill Klaus Kinski because he was so hard to work with. He talks about how when he turned in the first draft to Charlie Band of Empire Pictures, he wanted to do a Vietnam story, but Charlie Band didn't think America was ready for that. It was right before Platoon came out, and he suggested they make the protagonist Nazi. And then David Schmoller was like, you don't think America is ready for a Vietnam story, but you do think they want to see yet another Nazi story? And Charles Band said, I'll get you Klaus Kinski. And then, of course, he was like, you get me Klaus Kinski and I'll make a Nazi story. And he doesn't regret working for him. He says that in the film, but he was so difficult. It's so funny listening to him tell the stories about, like, for instance, when they would say action, there was a day when Klaus just threw his hands up on his head and just lost his shit. And he's like, action, action, action. All these directors, all they ever say is action. And then he's like, what do you want me to say, Mr. Kinski? And he says, I'll start when I'm ready. Don't say anything. The same thing with cut. He's like, cut, cut, cut. Why do all these directors, all they say is cut? And he's like, I will stop when I'm ready. And then he even got mad at him for calling him his name. And he's like, well, what do you want me to call you, Mr. Kinski? And he says, don't say anything. It's just crazy how hard he seemed like he was to work with, but he's a really interesting guy, and I think he's an authentic psychopath. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, there's been rumors that, like, he plays these characters to, like, get out of his mind of, like, wanting to actually do some of this stuff in real life, which is really interesting. He sounds like a very interesting person, and this movie, it was a lot of fun. I recommend it. I give it, like, I think I gave it, like, 3.5 stars on Letterboxd, but I'd say it's worth a watch. Probably 6 months ago, my dad's friend gave me a big box of VHS that he didn't want, and this really clean copy of Crawlspace was in there. It's still got, like, the cellophane on it, which is awesome. But Lightning Video put this out, and I had never watched it. But the inside of the tape, it's got the graphic coming off. But I mean, you can take some like a glue stick and get that back on there. But it's really clean. I've never watched it. It's cool owning the VHS though too, as well as the Blu-ray. But yeah, guys, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about Crawlspace. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's a really fast watch too. It's only like 80 minutes, and then that Please Kill Mr. Kinski short film is like 7 or 8 minutes. So that's totally worth checking out after you watch it. I recommend this movie. Pick it up from Kino Lorber. I would say honestly, I'm going to definitely rewatch it, so I wouldn't even wait for it to go on sale. You guys should grab it if you're a big horror fan, or if you're into Empire Full Moon stuff, definitely grab it. That's all I got for you guys today. If you could please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And I have a really special figure coming this week that I'm super excited for. It's a new release from Sideshow Collectibles. I can't wait to show you guys, so stay tuned for that video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.